Hey everyone, Reaper here again with another video. This time I wanted to make a quick video off to CGC. I haven't made one of these in a long time, but I recently had some books worked on, pressed, and I recently purchased some raw books, and now I want to send them to CGC. So here I'm going to talk to you about what I think the grades are, or what what they were sold to me as when it comes to grades, what grades I was told they were. And we're going to see when they eventually come back from CGC. I'll probably send them very soon. I'm not going to send them like tomorrow or anything, but I'm going to send them very soon. And we're going to see what happens. See if we can match up if I was right or if I was wrong. Okay, now the first three I'll show are from my collection, that I've had in my collection, I should say, that I've had pressed and cleaned, and we're going to see what they come back as. So here we have Marvel Spotlight number 5, first appearance of the Ghost Rider. I think this is going to come back as 6. That's my prediction. I would like to get a 7.5, so if this does indeed come back as 6 or a 6.5, I don't think it's going to come back as 6.5. But regardless, it's not going to come back as 7.5. If it comes back anything less than a 7.5, I'm going to sell this copy and then I'm going to upgrade it. All right. Let's put this one over here. That's the first one. The second one is my Tales from the Crypt number 33. I purchased this back in June 2018 at the Heroes Con. Some of you may remember me from that when I made the video. I think this is also going to get a 6. All right. I'll be happy with a 6. I mean, of course, you know, if there's ever a time when a 7 or a 7.5 comes up for sale and the price is right, then I'll buy it. But I rather have this in the slab ready to go with the grade on it for the next person to own, if that's the case. But if I do get a 6, which I do think this is going to get, I'm pretty happy with that. Not so happy with a 6 when it comes to Marvel Spotlight, but that, sure. And the last one that I've had for several years that I'm sending to CGC, we have Tales from the Crypt number 20. I think this is going to 4.0. Very hard book to get. So sure, one day I'd like to upgrade it, but I'm not necessarily looking to upgrade it. It comes back with a 4.0, I could be satisfied for a while. So that's just the way I feel about it. Okay, now these are 4 recent purchases that you saw in a recent comic book haul. I think that I'll tell you what the grade that they were sold to me as, and those are the grades I'm expecting. Okay, I'm not like saying, oh, this was sold to me as a 6, but I think it's really a 6.5. No, it's what I think it is, and that's what it was sold to me as is what I'm hoping it comes back as. But we'll see. You know, there's risk. You know, there's risk in buying raw books sometimes. You know, you got to take the good with the bad. You know, if you bought it as a 5 and it comes back a 4.5 or a 4, well, that's a risk. But if you bought a book that as a 5 and it came back a 6.5, are you going to pout over that? No. So you got to take the good with the bad. All right. First one up. I've mentioned this before in the haul video and everything. I love this book. I mean, this is something that I've wanted for 30 years. Here we had Eerie number 1. 5.0. Okay. Let's see if that holds up. But sold to me as a 5.0. Come back at 5.0. This one's gorgeous. I mean, you know, I had a 4.5 of this. I've had a 4.5 of this for many years. I recently had the 4.5 graded and sold it to make way for this one. But yeah, this is a really nice copy. Great colors on it, not faded. The 4.5, although it was a nice looking 4.5. Some of the colors were faded. But here we have Amazing Spider-Man number 6. Really nice copy. I mean, I think it's a 6. It's number 6, and I think it's going to come back as a 6. But a very nice looking 6, front and back. So that's what I'm thinking for that one. Two more Spider-Mans. This one's gorgeous. I had, this is my 3rd copy of this book. I had a real crappy 3.0 years ago. Then I upgraded that. It was a raw, and then I upgraded to a CGC 4.0, and that was the end of that. Sold that one off, and I upgraded to this one. This, I believe, is a 7.5. Amazing Spider-Man number 16. Very nice cover. Very, very good looking book. 7.5. And the last, and certainly not least, is another really nice looking book. This is my second copy of this book. The first copy of this book I bought back in 1996. September 1996. It is Amazing Spider-Man number 20, the first appearance of Matt Gargan as the Scorpion. I'm thinking that this is a 7.0. So we'll see. Hopefully I'm right on all these. But like I said before a few moments ago, hey, you got to take the good with the bad. I'm very happy with these books, though. You know, it's not like they were sold to me as the grades that I said, but I really don't like the way they look. You know, I know Patrick often says, you know, you buy the book, not the grade. And that's the truth. So I think that the book is very, very nice. Or I should say the books are very, very nice. You know, they don't look like crappy 5.0s or crappy 7.5s or whatever. They look really nice looking 7.5s or 5.0s or whatever the grades are. All right. So we'll see what happens. All right. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Take care.